more trainer action as well from
Ross, it seems. And when you made it this far in your pool, you know this is where the action starts really heating up. This is where the players really start kind of leveling up in terms of caliber. We might start to see closer sets as well between our players.
Yeah. And the crowd support is obviously going to start ramping up as well, because you start seeing people's talismans go up against each other.
Ooh. All right, so we have a rare breed of player, one that I am very well acquainted with, Charizard start, which means that if you're going to start Charizard, that probably means you're only going to play Charizard, and he's even repping the 4 fire tag is cross, so we know that he's fighting this out as the Charizard.
He's on a fire-only diet. Hopefully some of these setups are going to be fire, and some of this pressure's going to be fire as well. But no, unfortunately, misses the follow-up dash attack after that down throw. But already we're seeing things here that we didn't see Marikachi do. Oh no, and there's that stop gone.
Yeah.
But, we're seeing things like grabs into pressure, and as you said, straight back into that Charizard. Doesn't really want to bother with the oppression that Squirtle can bring or Ivysaur. This man is all about the lizard.
That said though, when you're fighting against a player of Space's caliber, it can be very, very tricky, especially against a character like Inkling, who, when they get moving in neutral, they can do a lot of damage.
Yeah. And you see him right there, obviously quite adept with this character, knows where the spacing's going to be and when he can go for tech chases. So sometimes he's not even going for grab follow-ups. He's just throwing you in the general direction of the ground, and you're going to have to make a tech, and he's going to have to make a tech read.
Beautiful read on that jump coming out from Space right there. That was such incredible gameplay. Another grab.
Trying to go for down tilt at the ledge, but the curvature of the stage is going to prevent that. There's a back air. Sweet spot doesn't quite kill across the stage.
Ooh, almost getting that jump read, just a little bit off on the spacing. Okay, overestimating the range of that back air right there.
Insane pressure being applied to that shield for a split second there. Empty jump, went for the cross up. Oh, it was almost grab a clock there. Up B not going to take the stock right there. I'm quite surprised Space never fell out of that. I thought he caught him on the wrong side.
Yeah, they've actually shifted the hitboxes for that move a little bit more inwards, so they're more on Charizard's body in this game.
Trying to cover multiple options with that Nair. Ends up covering none of them. And there he goes, another player staring down the barrel of a 3-stock in this early stage of the tournament.
Yeah, and despite a lot of really solid gameplay coming out from Cross, just Space at the moment so oppressive, but that forward throw more than enough to take that first stock.
There we go. Space now, dash in, dash out, grab, up throw, up air, Inkling staple.
Up throw, up air. Space in particular is so good at nailing that combo. He really has all his percent ranges down, and I believe against a character like Charizard, that range is relatively large. Of course, against Pokemon Trainer as a whole, you do have access to the switch that leads it to being 50-50 situations.
Yep.
But if you're sticking with just Charizard, you're kind of limiting yourself away from that option.
When I see this matchup in particular, and I see the choice to play pretty much solo Charizard, first off, that consumes all of your invincible time coming off the Halo platform when you lose a stock.
Yeah, you only have a very small fragment of invincibility time left.
Once you've committed to a single Pokemon switch. So add to that the fact that this character can get in and out of your effective range so quickly, bait laggy options from you. I feel like you're starting from the uphill battle right now. You're starting from the starting point of an uphill battle. Sorry. There we go. We're inked up early doors.
A lot of this matchup between these two characters, for Charizard, it's a case of using his superior ground speed and range to just try to create whiff punish opportunities versus Inkling. That is, of course, quite tricky considering how low cooldown a lot of Inkling's options have, but it is not impossible.
Good to see that he knows what he's going to do after he shields a roller, just going to let that up smash rip. Even at low percent, just wants to put Space right above him.
And having this extra breathing room on Town and City, I think, is a real boon for Cross at the moment. Just a lot more breathing room to run around and just get the space that he needs in order to, well, combat against Space.
Oh, he reads the jump above as well, lets the up smash rip, almost takes the stock for it. He's getting really trigger happy with that up smash. Space not able to take the stock with that up throw to up air though.
Lovely Fustel maintaining one of his jumps just to keep himself in the air. Make that landing that bit more ambiguous. Now you have to deal with Inkling in the corner. Very good use of the get-up attack.
Wow, calls out a spot dodge. Doesn't call out that spot dodge right there. Sorry.
And now this is kind of the awkward range for Inkling. She has quite a lot of rage on her, and she can't quite get the KO versus shield very effectively. Back at, oh, a little bit of an overextension.
You done messed up, son.
Oh no!
There goes your first stock of this game, and that was such a hard read. And when both players are at kill percent, sometimes I just don't feel like it's worth it. But it does look godlike when reads like that come off.
Yeah, and this is what's really, really tricky now, because this is where Inkling can begin to snowball so fantastically.
Yeah.
76% tacked on from space already.
Yep. You've gone from an even game to being almost an entire stock down, and he's bounced off the ledge. Space wasn't quite ready for it that time. I felt like the second time he might catch it, because that's not the first time he's used Flare Blitz and bounced off the ledge into quite a vulnerable position.
Yeah, you have to recover with Flare Blitz a little bit lower than it seems, but that up smash going to take that stock, and now another 2 stock deficit for Cross.
Virum help. The oppression session seems to have fully begun. Space smelling blood in the water in this second game. Just 2 down smashes in a row. He does not care.
The spacing on that forward air so immaculate that he was able to get around the fly right there. Oh, up throw won't be enough.
Even as high as 140-odd%, up throw from Charizard, not going to take it. And now it's Space's turn once again. Ledge trap the situation.
Ooh, going off stage that time for the ledge trap. Beautiful pivot grab right there. That forward throw will be enough.
Gets his first stock on the board. Long way back for Cross. Let's hope he can show us something quite magical here.
All right, we know that he's going to go for the Splat Bomb ledge traps. Beautiful read on the jump. He has 1 remaining. All right, good use of the up B super armor.
Okay, pivot grabs are what has changed about Cross's game. Again, seemingly in the later stages of this match.
Covering just a little bit too high with the Flare Blitz. Needs to recover a little bit lower in order to get that. Shield grab.
He's threatening with that back air. I feel like that could have been it. He could have potentially evened out the stocks right there.
Yeah, that back air, disgustingly strong, but hanging on the ledge a little bit too long. That back air, when perfectly timed, perfectly spaced like that, will clip below